The Indian state of Tripura is hilly with hundreds of remote villages. Providing affordable grid-based electricity to these isolated populations is very expensive and near impossible. The government of Tripura has installed a 2 kW solar-powered microgrid power plant in a remote village in the state to provide electricity to the small population there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a big supporter of solar power, virtually inaugurated this micro-solar plant on July 30. The government is embarking on an ambitious project of illuminating markets and roads in remote tribal hamlets through solar power. So far, Tripura Energy Development Agency, or TREDA, a government organization, has installed 2,930 solar street lights in 239 markets in 12 areas. It is looking to install 15,000 solar street lights in 58 remote areas and will be completed by December 2022. The lives of the farming community have changed forever. The men make bamboo baskets at night and the women make new clothes. The market, which functioned twice a week, is now open daily. Tripura Deputy Chief Minister, Jisnu Dev Verma, said his government is looking to install such systems in another 500 villages quickly.
As the state is hilly, many remote hamlets either have unreliable power connectivity or no electricity at all. So, off-grid solar-based microgrids are the only feasible solution to provide electricity to them.
However, while this experiment is very commendable, maintenance of these systems require much intervention, and it is tough for technicians to reach these areas to fix any problems. Also, since this area receives high rainfall, the number of sunny days will be limited. The efficacy of this experiment will be known only after some operational time.
The Government of India has decided to step in to fund the only school in New Delhi that is available for Afghan refugees. First set up at Lajpat Nagar in 1994, the Syed Jamaluddin Afghan High School enrolls pupils from classes 1 to 12 and employs 32 Afghan teachers. The school didn't have money to pay the teaching and non-teaching staff and could not afford the rent of the premises. Since the Taliban took over Afghanistan, it stopped getting any funds and was going to shut down. The Women's Federation for World Peace, which started the school in 1994, currently sponsors 257 students, about two-thirds female. At one time, 400 students were at this school, but the enrollment dropped as many refugees found a home in various countries. The Ministry of External Affairs is now the sponsor of this school.
The President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, signed into law a $230 billion legislation that pumped $53 billion into research and manufacturing of semiconductor chips in the United States. The Creating Helpful Incentives to Produce Semiconductors for America Act, or CHIPS and Science Act, is looking to increase the manufacture of computer chips in the USA. Over time, the industries moved from the USA to Taiwan and China for cost arbitrage. Hard-to-make semiconductor chips are now essential in almost all electronic widgets, including critical machinery and defense products. Former Apple co-founder and CEO, Steve Jobs, once famously told former US President Bill Clinton that he should forget about those jobs as they are never coming back. Over time, the country realized that its science levels have fallen below countries like India, China, and Europe. It later discovered that its research was far behind China and Russia despite heavy funding support. Attended by the chief executives of Lockheed Martin, Intel, HP, Micron, and Advanced Micro Devices, along with union leaders and lawmakers, the signing ceremony, through this act, hopes to address these fundamental issues. This bipartisan bill hopes to boost domestic high-tech manufacturing, including a $10 billion investment for regional technology hubs across the US. It provides nearly 25% investment tax credit for manufacturers of semiconductors and related equipment in the country. Without naming China, this bill aims to reduce dependence on that country for critical components for electrical and electronic devices. Even as Biden signed this bill, hardware technology majors, Qualcomm and GlobalFoundries, announced that they would be investing in a $4.2 billion chip plant in upstate New York. A $100 billion funding goes towards the semiconductor industry and $80 billion to the National Science Foundation to dole out grants for research projects.
If you like this content, please press the like button and share it with your family and friends. please consider subscribing to this channel. It is free. Press the bell icon to receive notifications about new content.